Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're back again, and we're going to do an amazing intention experiment this time. We are going to send an intention to lower the radioactivity in Fukushima. I asked my audience, what would you like to do this time? What should we send our collective intention to try to lower something? And that's what they said. So let's do that. Let's focus on Fukushima. And we're also going to focus on a gorgeous young woman called Elizabeth Stahl, who was our intention of the week. Here she is. She just went through an operation on Friday. She has a brain aneurysm. And so our intention is also going to be to send something to her. So before we get started, let's find out where you guys are from. Anybody want to tell me where they're coming from? We had people from all over the world last time. We had Saudi Arabia, we had Belgium, we had West Coast of America, we had Bahrain, we had people from all over the place, Sudan. So we've got from Paris, how fabulous. Where else? Los Angeles, Sean, where else? Where else are we coming from? Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Lori. That's fantastic. From Spain, Inga. It's from Ireland. I can't pronounce your name. Wonderful. Well, that's fantastic. Morocco. So we are Denmark. Whoa. We're coming from all over the world. Florida. Fabulous. Frisco, Texas, just north of Dallas. Wonderful. And from Devon, UK, wonderful. North Carolina. Blessings from Mallorca, Palma de Mallorca, wonderful, fantastic. And from Taipei, Taiwan, wow. So this is Atlanta, and thank you all Americans for coming in the Netherlands, because we didn't realize that it's daylight savings time this weekend. Yemen we've got. All of the people in the States are an hour later than we realized, because we don't go to daylight savings time for a couple of weeks. So Algeria, wow, Conyers, Georgia. So we're getting loads of Americans. Jordan, loads of Middle Eastern people. That's wonderful. So on our broadcasts, what's so fabulous is that people come together no matter where they're from, no matter what the politics in that country, no matter what is going on, people understand that we are all part of an amazing unified field, and that we get to experience it when we're part of this collective intention. So I hope you're all going to enjoy this as much as I will. So let's, I'm just going to turn this, there we go. And where else are we from? We've got Atlanta. Wow, fabulous. I'm not sure where that's from, but that's amazing. So I want to involve you in this intention, not only to send, but also to receive. And I think that's what's going to be the amazing part of this experience. I want you to recognize that group intention has an incredible rebound effect. It's not just about doing a good deed. It's not just about, doing the right thing. It's also about experiencing it and feeling it as well. And you will feel this when you collectively send an intention. You'll feel the energy, but also, as has been described by so many thousands of people on my large intention experiments and small ones, you also have some sort of ecstatic feeling of oneness. It's a remarkable effect that goes on with group intention. And I've been studying it. You'll read about it in my forthcoming book, The Power of Eight. I've looked at it from every angle because I didn't really believe it. I didn't think that you can go into this amazing state of enlightenment that quickly. The Course in Miracles calls it the holy instant. And in a sense, it's like a spiritual orgasm, essentially. And thousands of my participants on my big intention experiments and small ones have reported exactly the same thing. And I've understood as I've looked at this and studied this why. So I'm going to let you experience it, and then we'll talk a little bit about what you experienced, and I'll try to explain why. We've got New Mexico, we've got Belgium, fantastic. So let's start out with Fukushima. And thank you all for responding to my call for what we're going to focus on this time, because I thought it would be really good to try to do a collective intention for some part of the world that needs our help. Now, as you probably know, Japan has really suffered from that explosion in Fukushima for a number of years now. I think it's been about 6 years. And recently they took a reading deep inside one of the reactor, the main reactor, and found it was at its highest radioactive level of all. And the water around is still polluted. The residents are trying to come back, but there are, believe it or not, radioactive boars that are rampaging around these houses and area, and so it's unsafe to go. So they really need our help. So I want you to, first of all, focus on them, and then we'll focus on Elizabeth. So and what's so exciting about this one too is we'll really be focusing on the air and the water and trying to clear that and make that healthier. And I think what's really exciting about it is that I'm going to be in Miami next week, and I'm going to try to do a broadcast, by the way, a couple of broadcasts from Miami, hopefully at the same time in America on the Sunday. But on Friday, for the World Happiness Summit, I'm going to be doing an intention experiment, trying to purify water in a remote site. It's going to be a controlled scientific experiment with Dr. Konstantin Korotkov, the noted Russian physicist. We've already run a number of water experiments together, and one of them was actually lowering the pollution and cleaning up the water in Lake Biwa in Japan. We ran this in 2010 with Masaru Emoto, and we were able to move a sampling of water. We were able to make it more alkaline by an entire pH. Just to give you an idea of how important that is, if your body changed by an entire pH, the water in your body, you're probably dead. That's how powerful it is. So we had an amazing effect, and this time what we're going to be doing is my audience in Miami is going to be sending intention to St. Petersburg in Russia. And so what we're going to demonstrate is that distance doesn't matter when it comes to intention. It's all about creating that psychic internet, that psychic connection, which you're going to experience right now. So I'd like you all to imagine that you're all not just spread over the globe, you're all in one room together, holding hands. We're all connected by this psychic internet that we share, this virtual entanglement. So I'd like you to hold hands and connect, and just take a deep inhale and a deep exhale, and a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And close your eyes and just feel that connection for a moment. You can just still hear my voice, but just feel that connection. Feel the power of this connection and our collective energy. Feel what that in your body, what that does to you. How you as an individual, a separate entity, apart, alone, are dissolving. You're part of something bigger. You're part of something so much more important. Keep that nice breath coming in and out, in and out. And now, I'd like you to formulate this intention in your mind. Our intention is that the water emanating from Fukushima, around Fukushima and flowing through Japan, be far more purified, be pure of radioactive elements, free of radioactive elements, and that the residents are able to move back into their homes and have the air and water be safe. And just hold on to that intention. Every so often, tap into that psychic internet. As you're doing this, imagine the reactor cooling down, the radiation disappearing. Imagine those wild boars receding. Imagine the water being very drinkable, the air being safe. Imagine all of those residents who were forced out of their homes 6 years ago being able to return. And just keep focusing on that. Focus on imagining all of the water in Japan being pure and the radioactive material and the radioactivity just dissipating into the light. And as you do that, just keep tapping into what's going on with you. Can you feel yourself as something larger? Can you feel that sense of oneness? Can you feel that distance is no object here? There is no time, there is no space with intention. It's all about one great big now and one great big here. Can you feel how much better you feel in yourself? Can you feel any kind of pain, any kind of condition dissipating as you focus away from yourself? Do you feel that power too, and the power in numbers? Just keep holding on to that intention. Our intention is for the air and water around Fukushima and the rest of Japan to be completely pure, and for the radioactivity to dissipate, for the entire country to be free of radioactivity, and the water and air healthy and well in every way. And can you feel the power of that energy just emanating out of your phone or your computer? That's not the power of your computer or your phone. That's the power of connection. And can you feel your heart growing larger too? The feeling of giving? Can you feel that? More people joining, how wonderful. More people saying how powerful it is. We don't have to be in the same room. We don't have to have a target in the same place. Whenever we want to, we can make this psychic connection. And it is as powerful whether we are all scattered around the globe or whether we're all in the same place, whether our target is 8,000 miles away or just across the room. It's the same power. We can all feel it. I want you to just tap in once again, to what's going inside you. Not just what's happening in Japan, but what's also happening to you. That's the amazing thing. There's this extraordinary rebound effect that carries on. And that's what's been so amazing with my students, is to have them talk about what happened when they were part of a collective intention for someone else. They were healed as well. So let's just let that intention go. Trust the process. Hold it for one more few seconds. Our intention is for the air and water around Fukushima and the rest of Japan to be completely pure, free of radioactivity, and healthy and well in every way. Okay, let's let it go. Trust the process, don't worry it, and just come on back in your own time. Come on back onto this call. Sandy, you're right. We are one. Okay. So before we carry on and talk about what just happened, I want us to hold another little intention for Elizabeth Stahl. So she went through an operation on Friday, and her mother wrote in to ask if we could send an intention for the operation to remove a brain aneurysm to go well for her. She's a sweet young woman. Now she is in Eureka, California, and she's 30 years old. So let's just hold a little intention for her too. Our intention is that Elizabeth Stahl come through her operation, be free of any difficulties, and to be healthy and well in every way. Let's hold that for a minute. Again, we have a psychic internet. Our psychic internet is carrying on and sending intention to California now, to Elizabeth, to help her recover, and her mother not to worry. Can you feel that connection getting stronger and your heart expanding more? Helena has said she's feeling heart expansion. You should be feeling a tighter connection too. Do you feel the energy? Thank you for sharing, Fatima. People are sharing the video, which is wonderful. Thanks so much. Our intention is that Elizabeth Stahl come through her operation, be healthy and well in every way. And feel how this feeling of connection rebounds to you. Wow, we're getting calls in. We're getting people in from Australia, from Argentina. Fantastic. Let's just hold this for a minute for Elizabeth and let her and help her. See, this is the thing people don't understand about intention. Everybody thinks attention is all about things for yourself. Me, 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 me. More things for me. If you want to heal yourself, if you want to heal your life, the fastest way to do it is to get off of yourself. Believe it or not. The intentions you send out rebound doubly, triply for yourself. Okay, let's just send that last intention out to Elizabeth Stahl, that she comes through her operation and she's healed of her brain aneurysm and she's healthy and well in every way. Augusto says it feels very strong all in my own body. Absolutely, that's the amazing thing about the power of group intention, that we send and we feel too. Suzanne says she's moved to tears. It's extraordinary, isn't it? I hear that all the time. People being moved to tears, being part of this collective effort, people feeling tingling, people feeling almost unbearable energy. Somebody said it was like plugging into Star Trek. I loved it. Helena says she's okay now. I'm so pleased. Thank you. Okay, so let's let go of this intention for Elizabeth. Just trust the process. Slowly, slowly disconnect and come on back onto the call. My vibration has solidified tenfold over the last few minutes. Feels like an energetic highway. I love that, Emily. That's fabulous. Sandy said very emotional. It is. It's extraordinary. But what's so interesting is this whole thing, this energetic highway, as Emily put it, this incredible ability to connect. Now, I wanted to just talk about why this should be so powerful for us. And it's really interesting. I found some amazing evidence about a thing called the vagus nerve in your body. Now, everybody knows about oxytocin, which is supposedly the love hormone. You know, mothers after they have babies release a lot of oxytocin, or when they're breastfeeding. But if that's the love hormone, there's also a thing called the love nerve, and that's the vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in your body. And what happens with this is it gets activated when you do for someone else, and it starts reverberating through all of your body. And because it's so connected with everything, that love nerve can affect you physically in huge ways, but it also affects you psychically, and that's what's so exciting. There's some evidence when people, there was some evidence at UC Berkeley, University of California at Berkeley, that when students looked at pictures of some of the poorest people and people in trouble, starving children, things like that, their vagus nerve activated, and afterward they had a much more instant feeling of connection and ability to empathize with people who were not like them. Can you imagine if we activated the love nerve between Republicans and Democrats in America, or people who are on different sides of the political spectrum all over the world? What would happen? So that's what happens when we focus on someone else. And some of that kind of activity, and what also happens in your brain, also kind of turns off a lot of the negativity in your frontal lobes and turns on that feeling of oceanic bliss and oneness. It's like having an instant state of enlightenment. So tell me now, what's going on with you? What did you feel like now that the intentions are finished? Can you tell me, what are you feeling? I've got lots of hearts coming in. What are you feeling? Wow, felt tingling in my hands and chest. Saw images of her healthy, happy, and whole. Says, I think it's Shanice, playing with her kids, spending time with her mom and family. This is so powerful. Fabienne, very peaceful. Serenity, says Darby. Warm hands, buzzing heart, calm mind, says Malena. Saeed, fresh. Sabrina, peace. Mija, confidence, happy tears in her eyes. Wow, that's fantastic. We've had a lot of people crying on this call. It's been amazing. Peace and love, says Sandy. Wonderful. Anybody feel something, if they have pain, have they felt like a lessening of pain in their bodies or any kind of condition? Have you felt something like some letting go of that while doing this? Let me know. Trust, says Hanny. That's interesting. Yeah, strong energy, says Helena. Absolutely. Lisa, I'm feeling a strong surge of energy flowing from my hip area up into my brain. Interesting. Noor, first intention was stronger in feeling. Rejuvenation, said Tamara. Heartbeat, said Mayada. Shanice, I feel less stressed, no worries. letting go of some ego, says Aaron. Interesting. What I record all the time when I do this in small groups of 8, in my workshops, on my teleseminars, is that the person receiving intention, so we do it in a small group where somebody with a health challenge gets sent intention, and they find that the person being sent intention feels better, but so do the receivers. And we record over and over again people having illnesses of any sort, indigestion, arthritic pain, migraine, constant migraines, so much better. Now, people saying the first intention was very strong. Ursula said she's sorry she was late and she would need a healing so much. Stay on the call, Ursula. Grief, says Linda. And is that dissipation of grief? I hope so. Because I had one woman whose husband died 3 weeks after being diagnosed with cancer. And she found, she was in a state of terrible state, but she found that when she participated in a healing intention of mine for someone else, her grief completely vanished. So powerful groundnesses, said Juliet. Vast support, collective heartbeat. Fantastic. So, and Sarah, headache. I don't know whether you had a headache or you're getting rid of a headache. I hope it's that. So this is the sort of thing that we do with our workshop too. And Linda, thank you too. And I wanted to talk for a minute because somebody asked about my workshops and my teleseminars. We do this in groups of 8 on my teleseminar, the Intention Masterclass. And I put people into these groups for an entire year after going through very intense intention techniques. Because what I've shared with you today is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of becoming an effective intender, becoming basically a master of intention. You can hook up to this incredible sense of oneness almost immediately, but it also requires some techniques to really master it in your own life. So I teach that, but the real important part of my masterclass is this connectiveness with small and large groups. And so we get together over the phone in one giant group, and then I also put people into Skype groups where that becomes their virtual intention family. So far it's been quite amazing. Last year I decided to record what was going on in these groups month by month by month. And I can say hand on heart that 100% of the people who stayed in their groups had some major healing in their lives, whether it was physical healing or their career, they changed careers and found something exciting and fulfilling, or their finances got much, much stronger, or their life's purpose came about. And it's all part of the same thing that I see over and over again. The key to becoming an intention master is simply this: getting off of yourself. So I really hope that you've enjoyed today. And if you want to find out more about my Intention Masterclass, I have a new one starting on March 25th. There are little buttons about it at the top of my Facebook page and all on my page. So please feel free to click on that and find out more, or write us and just ask us if you have any questions. Now, do we have any closing comments? Anything else? Oh, lovely. Thank you. I think it was Steffi saying she suggests the masterclass. Thank you very much for that endorsement. It's been quite amazing, and it's really fun for me to really get down and dirty and work with a group for an entire year. It becomes so exciting because I can see the transformations happening month by month. And it just verifies everything I think about the power of intending for someone else and how that rebounds back to you and gives you that amazing sense. It verifies everything they say, the spiritual masters. What you send out to the universe comes back to you. So thank you. I'm going to try to do this next Sunday from Miami. So same time, and apologies about the time change in America because I'm in the UK. I didn't realize that there is already daylight savings time there, but we'll be back same time, same place, my Facebook page. So loads of love to all of you. Wonderful experiences, people, shaking of the feet. See you next Sunday. Take care. Bye.